Just a quick video for my stereo friends out there. I know I made one like this about, I don't know, several months ago, I guess it was. Let me get the light over here. There we go. Yeah. I picked up this sansui out of a junk pile. It's a 5500A, QRX 5500A quadraphonic receiver. And yeah, she turns on. I have her unplugged right now because I sprayed inside. This came out of a junk pile. It sat in the rain for, I don't think, very long, but enough to get some, damage inside. And it's a really beautiful receiver. I just ordered some new lights for the back. You can buy LED replacements. They're basically like fuses. Anyhow, I'm no professional on this, but I've been restoring these receivers over the last 2 days because I bought a can of deoxit, which is an oxidizer remover. The other one I fixed was this one. Not just that, that's my Marantz quadraphonic receiver, which I fixed by spraying deoxit on those knobs from the inside. That's all it needed. Same with replacing this crate amplifier I got for 30 bucks at Goodwill. They tested it and it didn't work. It was all scratchy and messed up, so it was only 30 bucks. Has a nice EV speaker in there. Anyway, all I did was sprayed some stuff in there and turned it. Basically, if you're asking, deoxit is just like, it's an electronics cleaner, an oxidation remover. But if you look at the guts on this thing, I just wanted to show you. This is how, stereos used to be made. Look at these capacitors. And everything's so well packaged. Just look at this cool thing over here. It's an Omron. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. I'm sure somebody does. It's really cool. And, of course, you've got the tuner knob. Now, the tuner knob would turn a string, as you can see, which this little thing would ride on the rail. Tuners are pretty amazing. They're quartz tuners. And when you turn this one fast, it, has a pulley here, which turns slower, obviously. These things are all fine-tuned yeah, I mean, the idea that nobody listens to the radio anymore. Nobody listens to, FM or AM. I'm sure some people do, obviously. A lot of people do, but, when I was a kid, that's all we had. It was that or tapes, and we didn't have a lot of options. There was no streaming networks. But anyhow, I just wanted to briefly go over this and actually just show how beautiful it really is, these old vintage stereos. I mean, look at this circuit board and the components on it. They're just gorgeous. This is, this would sell for probably 500 bucks if it was in good shape. The back panels, you've got your plenty of hookups. Most people would get rid of these. It actually has 4 different speaker channels and 2 different front and back inputs, and you can do a lot with these. I mean, they sound phenomenal. If you look down here, you can see these circuit boards as well. And these are the pots that are, when you turn a knob on the old stereos, it would turn something inside there, and that's called a pot. And inside these pots, you can spray in there and it'll help clean the contacts. There's a much larger one over here, but I won't get into that. I just wanted to kind of show the general beauty of such an awesome stereo. And say that if you have an old stereo or one that's scratchy, or let's say the most common problem is you go to turn up the volume and it won't turn up, right? This happens to every kind of stereo. And you turn it up and it won't turn up, and then all of a sudden it turns really high, or else you keep turning and it won't go, and it goes really slow and it's impossible. Especially even with the modern ones, if you are able to get inside, you can just pull off the knob, spray inside there as well as you can, and just, roll it back and forth. I do not get sponsored by Deoxit, but I've actually wanted to get this for years. The D5 is, I guess, the best stuff, and it works. It's great, and it doesn't damage the electronics. So it sounds like the family's howling. There's some people playing music over here. So Lucy's singing along. Anyway, just wanted to share that because I love stereos, and I know a couple of my subscribers do as well. So for those who do, you'll know where I'm coming from with this. And maybe you've used deoxit as well. That's not the only problem. Often the problem is these capacitors. If you ever open up an old stereo and these are swollen on the top or on the sides, you know, it's time to replace them. You can put new caps on you can buy all kinds of different, you know, types. I don't know much about upgrading these things, but honestly, all I wanted to do was get it working. I got this one working, and I got the marantz working. What was it, a 44 or 15, I think? Yeah. And it has a beautiful blue, you know, backing. And then another one I got working was the sansui 771 that I had tucked away, that I got years ago at Goodwill for $20, probably 10 years ago, and never fixed it up, never did anything with it because I didn't know what to do. I said, one day I'm going to repair this thing, and I just sprayed it with deoxit. It works great. This right here, that's a pull-out antenna, because in the olden days, you needed your antenna. So I think I've covered pretty much everything on here. Maybe I'll pull the camera back here. It's a Kiware X5500A. It's got a remote input, because in the olden days, you needed a remote input. Alright, so that's all I got. Peace and love, and I'll talk to y'all next time. And be well. Take care.